Hey, Aaron here with Superior Singing Method. This is how to avoid stage fright, 5 tips to beat it. And let's jump right in. Oh, I've got some stuff for you at the end that I'm really excited to tell you about. So make sure to stick around for that. I don't want to forget. Remind me, okay? Remind me? Okay, cool. The number one thing that you can do to beat stage fright is, and I'm just going to tell you, before I tell you, it's not sexy, but the number one thing is be prepared, right? I know that's not sexy, but here's the thing. When we're like prepared or even over prepared for something, there's a certain confidence that just lives in our body that it's hard to get to live there otherwise, okay? That's that. Now, you don't always have time to be fully prepared. Sometimes procrastination gets the best of you. No judgment. I get it. But if you can do that, do that. But let's talk about some other things. Now, sleep, rest. When you lack sleep, and I know it's hard. It's like I've got this thing coming up, and I'm singing at the whatever. I have this thing, so I'm nervous, and so I'm losing sleep. Right? Like, literally, that's what nerves do sometimes. Well, when we try and get as much sleep as you can, try melatonin or something, I don't know, but like get as much sleep as you can, because what happens, the first thing to go when we lose sleep is cognition, like our ability for our mind to function well. And that matters a lot for singers, for everybody, for actors, forgetting their lines, for singers, forgetting the lyrics, or, any number of things can be forgotten. So get the sleep you can. And when you get the sleep you can, first of all, you just feel better, you feel happier, you feel less irritated, you feel less nervous. Sleep just helps the body in so many ways. Also, you want your cognition on point when you got something coming up. The other thing that you can do, I used to do this all the time, is you could visit the venue. And I know, COVID is at various stages of whatever when you watch this thing. So I know, but eventually things will open back up. But visiting the venue, if you're singing at a venue, visit it. There's something about just like taking in the venue and like being there that for some reason you don't feel as nervous. You're like, I've been there. I know the space. It's fewer unknowns. Most of nerves and subsequently stage fright comes from like fear of the unknown. So if you're like there and you're like, okay, this is the venue, maybe you're watching another band or something, but just feeling there. And then if you can't actually physically be there, look at some, photos online of the place and like get it. And even if you can't do any of those and there's no way you could see the venue, which in this day and age I can't imagine, visualize what it would be like. Visualize you there and on that stage and with the people will be there. All of that helps. It just helps. It helps you feel more centered and more grounded. The other one is you having a dry throat, right? When you have some nerves, because this is more about stage fright, the nerves. Like the nerves are probably not going to totally go away if we're honest, right? Like most people who do things, artists who do things professionally, they even say, if I didn't get nervous at all, like I would probably be in the wrong profession, because like I get nervous because like I'm excited. There's like an adrenaline and I'm like, it matters. This matters. And so I have nerves, right? So nerves, one thing that helps me is even the thought or saying out loud, the nervousness I feel is just the adrenaline that my body's pumping to help me focus, right? So using those nerves and that adrenaline to help me really hone in and focus, because it can do that. And so, because part of the problem of being nervous is like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous, therefore this is bad, therefore I'm gonna mess something up, right? It's like that train of thought. But if the other train of thought is like, oh man, I'm so excited about this that I could feel the adrenaline pumping through my veins, and I'm grateful for that, because that is really going to help me focus and help me to give my best performance, right? So that's another one. But with the nerves, a lot of times comes like dry throat, and so drink water. That's kind of a good one. But also eat an apple, like to hydrate your throat and your body, and like a little spike of like, a little sugar, fructose or whatever. When you eat an apple, that will not only lubricate your throat for the dry mouth or whatever, because when you're nervous and then you could feel you have a dry mouth, that makes you even more nervous. You're like, oh no, my throat's not going to be where it needs to be, right? When you eat an apple, it hydrates you and you get that little surge of like the sugar and the energy or whatever, but it also chewing and swallowing relaxes the throat. And so that's helpful as well. It'll just help you as you go on. So, and this last one, this is probably the most helpful for me, is when because it's more of a mindset shift, and a lot of nerves and stage fright is a mindset thing, is that when I shift my focus from me and how I look and how I might look stupid in front of people and how mortified I'm going to be, and I'm going to, it's like all me, which on a separate note, I think that's where most of depression and a lot of neuroses come from, when it's like I'm so focused on me and how I feel and how I'm going to feel and how I'm going to look and all that stuff. But when I just look out and I focus on the end user, is what they say, like in the tech world, if I'm like focused on the people, now how is this going to serve the people I'm singing to? Like how do I want to make them feel? What am I committed to make them feel? Like, think about you, like when you listen to songs that you just love, like how does it make you feel? It's such a service. Singing is such a gift and such a service. So the idea of like, I'm going to be a gift and I'm going to be of service. I'm not going to freak out about how I look or whatever. I'm prepared. I did my thing. So if I mess up, who cares? People are going to forgive me, but I'm just going to go to serve, and I want to be a gift to people, and I want to really inspire them and make them feel, forget about their problems for a while, that kind of thing. So that's what I got for you. And what I wanted to tell you, thank you for reminding me, what I wanted to tell you is, of course, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please do subscribe. But even more important than that is, that's not the thing I want to tell you about, but hit the notification bell, because I have this thing about commitment that if you are notified by the things that are most important to you, because we're notified by so many things that are not important to us so often, that will be an extra level of commitment that will help you reach your dreams faster, which is what I want from you, for you. I don't want anything from you. I want that for you, and hopefully you want that for yourself. But the notification bell kind of represents that. Also, if we're not at 600,000 subscribers, I don't know when you're watching this thing, and even if we are, this next one, type I'm in below as like, I'm committed to my singing process. That's the whole notification bell thing. I'm committed to, being in front of material that's going to make me a better singer. But if you do the I'm in, that will enter you into a raffle, and we're going to give away 6 copies once we get to 600,000 subscribers, because that's our next big goal. So type the I'm in below, and also click the link below. We have that quiz. We still have a quiz. 1.5 or something million people have gone through our singing killer quiz. So if you want to find out what your number one singing killer is, and then I'll give you a free video to help you fix it, go ahead and click that link below. Everything takes about 30 seconds, and then we'll get you that video. That's a great way to go if you're like, what are my next steps? Like, I have Superior Singing Method. It's a step-by-step program. That'll be really helpful for you, and you can find that through the link or something. But a really good next step would just be to click the link below and take that quiz. So you got this. You want to be a singer. You want to reach your dreams. It really is just a matter of choosing and deciding that this is what I want, and I'm going to go after it no matter what. And most people get what they really, really, really want and move toward. That's just the way it is. But what happens is a lot of people give up before it actually has a chance to happen. So don't give up. Click the link below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.